I have to get it all set up. YouTube wasn't letting me log in, so I'm trying to get it all set up here. Give me 1 second. Also, let me know what your scent of the day is if you are here already. Give me 1 minute. Here we go. So how are you guys doing today? Today I have a lot of fragrances that I wanted to go over. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope that you guys had a well, I guess holiday weekend was a week and a half ago, so not a great holiday weekend, but I guess just a great week. So, damn, how do you even do this? YouTube was kicking me out, and so I'm trying to get logged back in so I can see what you guys are saying, and it wasn't letting me, which is why I started my live stream late. View channel. Live. Okay, there we go. Finally got it set up. See at the top it says connected. I don't understand what it's like connecting both my phone and my daughter's phone together, so I didn't understand why it was doing that. Anyway, what's going on, all genre? What's up, JTS? Past your bedtime. What are you talking about? I go to bed at like 3 a.m., man. What's up, Newt? How you doing? Scent of the day is Aaron Terrence Hughes Smolder. I don't think I've tried that one, have I? I don't think so. What's up, AS? Scent of the day is Salvatore Ferragamo Bright Leather. Have a great live. Thanks, AS. What's up? Welcome to Mo. Scent of the day is Sahara Signature. Oh, Signature Pour Homme. What's good? That is a really good fragrance. Today, my scent of the day, you guys probably already saw my short and stuff, but it is Versace Eros Flame. It's the only Eros that I actually like. The other two Eros are too much of like a youthful, well, kind of like a powdery vanilla. And you guys know I'm not a huge fan of that. It doesn't smell bad, it's just not my style. This one, though, adds in this nice blood orange, and I really enjoy it. It's like a blood orange mixture with the Versace Eros DNA. Really enjoy it. I think they discontinued it, though. So anyway, today we have 5 different fragrances. These were sent to me by D. Holmes, so thank you to him. The first one is LM Parfums Ombre Boheme. The second one is LM Parfums Scandinavian Crime. Then we have 3 from Saint Dupont. It is Saint Dupont Royal Edition, Saint Dupont Noble Wood, and Saint Dupont Perfect Tobacco. So if you guys are just joining, make sure that you hit the like, and if you have not already, make sure that you hit subscribe as well. Just show your brother some love. Thank you, Newt, as I was just saying. It truly does help the channel, and it truly helps the live stream too. So anyway, this week has been kind of crazy. So I had a bunch of videos planned. I skipped the one day because I was doing so much stuff that I couldn't even get the video posted. Outside of that, I had a bunch of other videos. If you guys didn't check it out, I did my top 10 fragrances, designer fragrances of 2023. For the most part, people were pretty nice about it. I did put timestamps in there because, as you guys know, when I do that video, I go through before the top 10 and I talk about all of the fragrances that came out this year. So there is like a 5-minute portion in the beginning where I talk about it, but I put timestamps if you wanted to skip all the way through to see the actual top 10. But somebody was kind of pissed that they didn't get to the top 10 because they watched the opening 5 minutes. I was like, dude, there was timestamps. You could have just went straight to it. It was just like a recap. But anyway, what's going on, JTS? What's up, Newt? I already said that. Matt, what's good, buddy? Steelers ain't. No, Steelers ain't good. Tough to watch. But honestly, they were doing okay. Like, they had more yards than the Cardinals going into the Kenny Pickett injury. And then they brought in the backup QB, and he came in, fumbled the ball on our like 15-yard line, gave up the touchdown. We were down 2 touchdowns by then. Then they postponed the game. Then they came back. We had one drive. It stalled within 3 seconds, and then it got postponed again, and then they scored, and then it was kind of like game over at that point. But Steelers are like that. It's like a whole Pittsburgh tradition. If you've never lived in Pittsburgh at all in your life, then you don't know. But in the Pittsburgh tradition is that we can beat at any time. We could be the most terrible team in the league and beat the best team in the league. But then the next week, lose to a team that's like 0-20. Like, that's just the way it happens. And it happens in hockey. It happens in football. It happens in everything. It's just the Pittsburgh tradition is that you never know. That's so inconsistent. Even whenever we were like the Super Bowl champions and the Stanley Cup champions, we went in there like fourth place or wild card team or whatever. It was just never can be easy. What's up, Hamzat? How you doing, bud? So Hamzat just sent me a fragrance. I should have brought it into this live stream. It is Paco Rabanne's Ultra Red, and I actually kind of like it. So this kid told me he was going to send me Ultra Red for like the longest time. He said, hey, it was one of my live streams like a month or two ago. He said, hey, I'm going to send you that Paco Rabanne Ultra Red for free. Just give me your address. And so I sent the address, and I said, hey, I feel bad for you sending me a bottle, so why don't I send you a decant of something? And he said, yeah, send me S-Boy. So I wasn't about to send him a decant until I saw that he was actually sending me something. And like a month later, nothing came. And then I contacted him and said, I still have your S-Boy decant because I had it made up. It's over there. And I was like, I'm not going to send it to you for free, though. Like, I thought that you were sending me something else. And then he never got back to me. He said something was wrong, and then he never sent it, like 3 months later. So thank you to Hamzat for actually sending that to me. It kind of smells like synthetic cashy if you added in like blood orange, like orange. It's kind of like an orange cashy, but synthetic. It's kind of what it smells like. Anyway, what's up, Vance? How you doing, bud? To me Continuum. To me 19 degree. I have a decant of that on the way, so I'm excited about that. And also, if you guys haven't been to your Marshalls lately, you should definitely go check it out because Marshalls has a shit ton of decants. Mine finally just got them in. I saw other channels were getting them, but there's a lot of clones that are showing up at Marshalls. There are Tom Ford Ombre Leather, Tuscan Leather, Effin' Fabulous, Lost Cherry. Then there's 2 Dolce & Gabbana clones. There's one by Anthropology that is a clone of By the Fireplace. It's called Chocolate Hazelnut. And that's actually really good. It's kind of like if you took By the Fireplace and just focused on the chocolate part. It's called Chocolate Hazelnut by Anthropology, and it's like $16 or $15 at Marshalls. If you see it there, definitely try it. It's really good. And then there's 2 by Contra. They're Pegasus exclusive, and Leighton clones. And I found them kind of synthetic and very, what can you say, very harsh. They smell similar, kind of, but you could get better clones online. But anyway, To Me 19 Degrees is the top 10 launch of 2023. Nice. What's going on, D. Holmes? Good evening. Curious what you would think about these ones. Wearing Island Lush by Goldfield and Banks. Nice. That is one Goldfield and Banks I have not tried. I've tried Pacific Rock Moss, Bohemian Lime. I have Ingenious Ginger up there. But yeah, that's one I haven't tried. I also tried Sunset Hour, but that was too feminine for me. So if you guys, I already announced D. Holmes, the one that just came into the chat. He was the one who sent me all of these. So we're going to get straight into it by trying out Saint Dupont Royal Edition. I know nothing about any of these fragrances. I've never even heard of these brands before. Saint Dupont and LM Parfums. So we're going to dive right in and see what we think about them. This is actually really nice. You can immediately smell it's ambery and woody. It has a little bit of a floral vibe to it, but not really. I mean, it's more amber, woods, a little bit of a soft citrus in the opening, some kind of like bergamot or grapefruit. And then you get a little bit of spice, but this is revolving around amber and woods. This reminds me of something. It has a little bit of a smoky nuance to it as well. But just picture, kind of like a smoke, dark and rich amber with a nice woodiness in there. A little bit creamy as well. Maybe sandalwood? I don't know. No idea. Hold on, I'm pulling up the chat. There we go. To Me 19 Degrees, be a good fragrance to see Green Day in August. I read that kind of wrong. What's up, G-Law? If you Not that what, if you not that what, say I wasn't reading it wrong. So, G-Lol, I'm not quite sure what you mean, because you put To Me 19 Degrees be a good fragrance to see the Green Day in August. If you not that what you recommend. I think you meant, if not that, what would you recommend? I honestly, I don't have To Me 19 Degrees yet. If somebody else in the chat can answer that, I heard some really good things about it, and so I have a decant on the way, but I have not tried that yet. But this is really freaking good. There is like a sandalwood in it, but it mostly revolves around amber woods, a slight bit of incensey smoke. I'm not sure if it's incense, frankincense, or something. I can't quite pick out the difference between smoke, incense, frankincense yet, but it has a small little bit of smokiness underneath it, like incensiness, but it is mostly a semi-creamy woods mixed together with a nice rich amber. It almost has like some kind of resins in here. I don't know if it's kind of like labdanum or benzoin or something like that, but maybe some myrrh, because if there's myrrh, there's like a smokiness. It also has a little bit of a dark musky feel to it, but yeah, this is really freaking good. It has really high quality as well. So again, this is Saint Dupont, and it's Royal Edition. Let me see what that goes for. I don't even. This could be like $300 fragrances I'm talking to you about. Saint Dupont Royal Edition. Oh, that's Royal Amber. Sorry, that sounds good too. Royal Edition. $47 on FragranceNet. Huh. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? This is cozy as hell, Mo. Yeah, I mean, it has this like sandalwoody / cedar, warm but creamy style woods. It has a little bit of smokiness in there, and D. Holmes is saying that it gets smokier in the dry down, but then it has this kind of sweet and rich amber and a little bit of like a resinous backbone, which I know amber brings some richness, but there's definitely some resins in here. And then a slight bit of spice. I don't know if it's some kind of like black pepper or pink pepper, but the opening like 2 minutes had a little bit of citrus, but that's gone now. It's mostly revolving. This is another one similar to, and not by smell, but similar in the way that it's built to the one that I tried the other day by Versace, the Versace Santal Boisé, how it was really focused on like 2 or 3 notes, the amber, the sandalwood. That's what this one is, except for it's a little bit darker and richer. And it does have a very cozy vibe to it. This is really freaking good. This is a bottle-worthy scent. And it's a blind buy easy. If you like ambers, this is blind buy easy for $46. Yeah, that's great. That's really good. I would 100% enjoy that. I'm going to wear that tomorrow, I think. But the next one, so we will sit that there and we'll put the decant on top of it. So last time I forgot that and I didn't know which one was which. The next one by Saint Dupont, this is called Noble Wood. So I'm guessing this is going to be super woody. Let's see. Noble Wood, I would think woody and classy. This is not what I was expecting. Also ambery, but a different type of amber. All genre? What's going on, all genre? How you doing? I think I already said that to you, but I always forget everybody that's in here. So is 19 degrees a good fragrance to wear when it's 19 degrees? I honestly don't know anything about it. I just know a lot of people told me that it's really good, so I decided to pick up a decant. And I have 2 other To Me's over there. To Me Awaken and To Me something else. Celsius. This is nice. So again, we are on, what's the name of it again? To Me, no, it's not Perfect Tobacco. Sorry, I have a Noble Wood. So this does not smell like what I would expect Noble Wood to smell like. This also has very similar qualities to the one that I just said, but it's not as creamy or smoky. This one is more sandalwood. This one is more of a noticeable sandalwood, while the other one I couldn't pick out whether it was sandalwood, amberwood, maybe some cedar. This one is noticeably sandalwood. It also has an ambery tone to it, but I mean, they're very similar to that, again, of the one that I just smelled. This one doesn't have that darkness to it. This is a little bit more smoother and a little bit creamier. But this is another amber woody scent. Both of them are amber woody scents. But being the fact that this is called Noble Woods, I was expecting something like oud or gaiac wood or something like that. I was not expecting to have a nice sandalwood coming in here. It has a little bit of a richness behind it, a little bit of resins, but it smells like, again, like, I don't know if I'm just losing my mind, and maybe you put the, it smells like it's like amber and, again, like a benzoin or something mixed together with sandalwood. It smells like those three. Both of them smell like they have all three of that. They have like a creamy warm woods with amber and benzoin. I need to look up these notes. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I'm not losing my mind. 1 second. Slap that like button. It does sound really cozy though, Mo. And it does smell very cozy. So, okay, so St. Dupont Royal Edition. That was the one I smelled first. Top notes are pink pepper and bergamot. Mid notes are incense, sandalwood, and patchouli. So the sandalwood comes off right away. There's the incense. I can't pick out the difference between that and frankincense and smoke. To me, it just comes off smoky. And it's a light smokiness. And then in the base, you have woody notes, amber, and benzoin. So that's the first one. And now we're going to look at the second one, which is Noble Wood. Amber. So there's no top, mid, or base. It's just amber, woods, benzoin, olibanum, sandalwood, patchouli, pink pepper. It's the same notes for both of them. They both have the exact same notes, except for the one has incense, and that's pretty much the difference here. Let me smell. So the only difference between the two here is that the one is a little bit darker, which is the first one, St. Dupont Royal Edition. It's a little bit darker, and has that smokiness to it. While this one is kind of just that, if you just made it a little bit lighter, not as far as the performance, but like not as dark and not as rich, and then added in or took away the smoke. That's what I get from them, at least, and they both smell really good. It's just you don't need one if you have the other. So Mo was just saying that one of these the first one sounds super cozy, and yes, it is cozy, but I'm gonna say that the second one, the Noble Wood, that's a little bit more of the cozy fragrance. While this one, still cozy, it's the cozy sandalwood amber benzoin mixture, but this one is just a little bit darker with a little bit of smoke. They're almost like the same DNA, just one has a darker smoky vibe while the other one's a little bit more focused on the sandalwood. So yeah, they're both really good, and they both remind me of the type of fragrance that I said the other day Versace Santal Boisé is. Very similar to that, but just not as far as the smell necessarily. But, I mean, the quality is there. The quality is there, and these are $40 to $50 fragrances. I am super shocked because these are 100% in that niche realm where, I mean, not necessarily everybody's going to like them, but it's very easy wear. Hey, did you leave out Golden Oud from your top 10 releases of the year? Jeremiah, so no, I didn't leave it out because I put it in the description. There are 4 fragrances that I did not mention on that video. Golden Oud, I have a decant of, and I've only worn twice, but I would not put that in my top 10 of the year because in my top 10 of the year, I factor in 3 things: the scent, the performance, and the wearability. And Golden Oud, I can't wear every day. That's something that I can't wear. My wife doesn't really like it that much. She said it smells okay, but I don't really want you wearing it around the house all the time because it is that Middle Eastern spicy woodiness with the sweet Paco Rabanne 1 million DNA underneath it. But with that said, I wouldn't put that in my top 10. It would be right on the fence. And then the other two I left out, I honestly can't remember for the life of me right now. But here, I can probably pull it up. Videos. There we go. And so these were all of the releases from this year. I'll just read them off real fast. Why Sell Myself, Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense, Prada Lutin Rosa Ocean Eau de Parfum, Wanted Eau de Parfum, CH Passion, Stronger With You Amber, Rasasi Hawas Ice, Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Parfum, Bad Boy Extreme, Paco Rabanne 1 Million Royal, Golden Oud, Abbey Rouge Privé, Platine Privé, Azaro Chrome Parfum, Eternity Reflections, CK1 Reflections, Hugo Jeans, Boss Bottled Elixir, Ralph's Club Elixir, Gentleman's Society, Born in Roma Intense, Boss the Scent Magnetic, another one I didn't mention, Polo Oud. I haven't tried that yet. One that I didn't try yet, Lodisi Vetiver by Issey Miyake. We had Lamal Elixir, Invictus Victory Elixir, Gucci Guilty Elixir, Coach for Men Green, Light Blue Summer Vibes, CH212 VIP I Love New York, Cartier Noir Absolu, Aqua de Jo Parfum, Valentino Uomo Rock Stud Noir, which I did not mention either. That's a limited edition. Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum, Boss Bottle Pacific, Polar Red Parfum, and Phantom Parfum. Those are all of the releases of the year. And again, there's those 4 that I did not mention. But again, none of them would be in my top because 3 of them I haven't tried. And the other one, I would not... the Golden Oud I would not put in my top 10 just because of the wearability of it. Does anyone like Dolce & Gabbana Intenso? I do not. I bought it from Marshall's one time, and thank God they let me return that because I did not like that fragrance at all. That was a good video. Top 10. Yeah, thanks, Vance. I appreciate that. That sounds like a steal for the price point. It really is a steal for the price point. So Mo, if any of you guys were looking to try something that, so Chris, I didn't get around to fully wearing that yet because I've been going through, D Holmes sent me probably 60 decants. So right now I was meaning to get to a bunch of fragrances this week. And right now I have probably 70 or 80 decants that I haven't tried. So I'm trying to get around to them, but I haven't fully worn it yet. With that said, agreed, very situational. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I can't put something in my top 10 designer fragrances for people to see because FragCom people aren't the only ones that are going to watch it. Over the next 3 months, it's going to get another 3,000 to 4,000 views, and those people are going to be mostly people looking for Christmas presents or whatever that aren't in the fragrance community and want to know true, like, what's the mass appealing fragrances out there right now. And this year, those are the 10. That's why Boss Bottle, I mean, if it was just going by my own personal opinion, like, not affecting anybody else as far as mass appeal, Boss Bottled Elixir would be in the top 5. Sup, dude? What's up, Patrick? Scent of the day is Absolute Aventus. Smells like Dior Sauvage Elixir. See, I don't get that. Ross called it Absolute Aventus Elixir or whatever. I messed that up. I know I didn't say it right. And I know he said he gets pieces of the Sauvage Elixir. I don't get that at all. To me, it smells like Aventus, just with a little bit of a darkness to it, a little bit of resins and spice. But to me, it still smells like it's Aventus. Kind of mature smelling. Yep. I wonder if Rockstud Noir is nice. So I've heard that it's just basic. I heard it smells like the original, but with like a little bit of a twist and not as good. That's just pretty much what I've heard from like 5 or 6 people that tried it. So I'm a big Valentino supporter. I like that that line. I like both the Uomo line and the Born in Roma line. I always have. I mean, whether they're synthetic or not, I don't care. I like them. My favorite are the Intense and actually the Intense from both lines. The Valentino Uomo Intense and the Born in Roma Intense. Those are my 2 favorites. While I still like the EDT from both lines, I think all of them are very wearable. Would I include Ingenious Ginger in my 2023 favorites? Yes. If I was to do an top 10 overall, including niche, which I did, niche and indie, I would include that one. What did you just say? I lost my mind. I would include Ingenious Ginger. That would probably be in my top 5 as well. I would include that one from Aurum from Zaharoff. And then I'm also about to get the brand new Imaginary Authors. It will be here tomorrow, finally, 2.5 weeks later. It's called Blend number 83, and it's supposed to be modeled after like a espresso martini. So I'm very excited to get that. And then also, if you guys didn't see my post, there's a brand new release that was just announced right before I got on my live stream. It is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It is called Scandal Absolute. So not only do we have the new Stronger With You tobacco coming out, not sure when these release dates are. My guess is going to be early January. But with that said, we have Scandal Absolute. And if you guys, where is it? I can't see. I'm using the camera to find it. This was the one right before that. So the original Scandal, it was a little bit synthetic and it had that coconut and kind of caramel in it. I didn't really like that one that much, but this one, fantastic. It's kind of like Le Mans Elixir meets Paco Rabanne Invictus Victory Elixir, but like the better version of it. I really like Scandal Les Parfums, so I'm very excited about Scandal Absolute. And for the one sentence that I wrote to my moderators, it seems like they are as well. We're just hoping that it's going to have some kind of booze in it. If they added some booze to that DNA, it would be one of the best releases of the year. You'll like it if you like. I do like Givenchy Play, so I definitely will. So anyway, so far I'm gonna rate. I'm just gonna finish up these two and then get into the next three since we're on the dry down. So the dry down of Saint Dupont Royal Edition. Not as ambery and not as sweet as the opening. It does have a little bit more smokiness in there, but it is pretty much maintained where it's at. It's that kind of sandalwood amber mixture. It has a little bit more of a resinous, and that darker feeling to it is kind of subsiding a bit while it's mellowing out. I would give this fragrance, the opening, I would give it probably an 8.7. The dry down, I would probably give an 8.5. But for $50, Saint Dupont Royal Edition is really good. But the question is, I would not buy either of those. I would only buy one of them. And that's not that. This one's lighter. I don't know if it's just the tester paper, but I would say if you're looking for something more calming and cozy and you like the calming, cozy amber scents, Saint Dupont Noble Wood is going to be that. It is, both of them are very similar. So Saint Dupont Royal Edition and why can't I get them right? Noble Wood. I've never heard of them before, so it's hard. But anyway, so the difference between Royal Edition and Noble Wood is the opening is that Noble Wood is going to be sandalwood, amber, benzoin. It's going to be rich, but it's also going to be smoother, creamier, and lighter. While with the other one, it's the same thing. It's just a little bit darker with some smoke. It just depends on which one you like. They both go for around $48 to $50. I personally would go for Noble Wood because I like the calming, creamy sandalwood. It's kind of like what you would get with Santal Boisé by Versace. If you wanted to go and try something like that, this is something down that same path. Very nice. Very nice amber scent. One of the best for the price, at least so far. I don't know how long they're going to last, but I'm definitely wearing them soon. This is the last one by Saint Dupont. It is called Perfect Tobacco. I didn't like the first Scandal either. I'll get right to your chat after this one. So this is called Perfect Tobacco. Oh, this is different. This is different than the other ones. Oh, and by the way, whenever I looked up the notes for the other two, they both have a 4.3 or higher on Fragrantica. So that tells you something, because a lot of brands that the trolls don't know about, like these ones, Saint Dupont, they're not going to get hated on. They're just going to get reviewed by the actual people who bought them. And they're getting good reviews. So far, this one is my least favorite, but it does smell nice. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I'm smelling because it doesn't smell like tobacco. You would think something called Perfect Tobacco would be tobacco heavy, but it's really not. What is that? Is that rose? Can anybody tell me? D. Holmes, are you still in here? If you are, can you tell me is that rose? Because I don't feel like looking it up right now. All right, let me just see what y'all are saying. I'm super excited about the Strong With You tobacco and Scandal. So am I. It's smoky tobacco in the dry down. Yeah, rose. Okay. That's why it's kind of coming off, because rose is one of my least favorite notes out there. It kind of in the beginning here, it smells ambery, just like all the other ones. They must have this line where the line is based around amber, because there's definitely amber in this fragrance. I don't know. It's a little bit darker and it almost has like a smokiness to it, but I don't know if I like this one. There's a spiciness that kind of comes off like cinnamon or clove or something, but I don't know if I don't. Well, it almost smells like gas. Like I'm just gonna tell you, even though it has certain things in there, the blend altogether almost smells like natural gas. I don't know. It has a nice ambery tone to it at one sniff, and it has a nice like cinnamon or clove or something. But when you actually put them all together and you go and you whiff it in, it kind of smells like natural gas. Um, Somebody just asked me a question about Valentino, so I will look. Jeremiah, oh, it's smoky tobacco, and I hate the opening of this. The dry down is nice. Yeah, I don't like the opening either. Of all of those, that is my least favorite so far. Is Valentino Born in Roma Intense the best in the line? So it all depends on what you like. So for me, the way that I look at it, so Valentino Intense is dominated by vanilla. So it's going to be vanilla and lavender that really dominate the fragrance. But the thing is, to me, I can separate the notes in that fragrance, and it really comes across to me like you take that original's DNA and you just lay it under the whole fragrance. Then you add in the vanilla from Yellow Dream, and then you add in that little bit of a unique spice. Then you add that fruitiness in, not the exact style fruit, but the fruity type that you get from Coral Fantasy. And you mash them all together with some lavender, and that is what you have in Intense. For me, it is the most mass appealing in the line. Coral Fantasy is very simplistic, but smells really nice. It's just like a red apple and tobacco, and it doesn't change that much. For me, the best two in the line are the original and the Intense. The original is the most wearable if you want to go to like work or school or whatever, but the Intense, as far as compliment getting, for me, that's probably the best as far as compliment getting. But the whole line is designed around compliment getting, so it all depends on what you like personally. For me, the red apple tobacco was kind of good, and then after having it for 6 months, it just kind of bored me. What's up, Mike? Mike Fragrance Fraternity. If you guys haven't gone and followed him, go follow him. He's a new person in the fragrance community, so go check him out. Yeah, it's natural gas. That's pretty much what I got. So let's move into the other two. So this is a different house altogether. We will come back to the Perfect Tobacco. Perfect Tobacco, I do not like that opening. It's still there. I don't like it. This is called LM Parfums. And what I've looked up is it's called Laurent. So like Yves Saint Laurent, but it's just called Laurent and then Mazakin or something like that. That's what LM stands for. But yeah, LM Parfums, and this one is called Ombre Boheme. I actually picked a lot of these out because of the color and the names, and this one's Ombre, so I'm guessing this is kind of like my Amber live stream. And then the last one is called LM Parfums Scandinavian Crime. I don't know the prices of these, so let me see real quick before I get into them. LM Parfums Scandinavian Crime. Okay, so these are a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but they are still in mid-range designer pricing. They're around $120 for both of them, uh, not combined. Just let's start out with LM Parfums Ombre Boheme. Yeah, Mo, it's a little bit too sweet. Oh, dude, 100% dude about the being Born in Roma line. I did like Yellow Dream on paper, but on skin was a pass. Yeah, Mo, it's a little bit too sweet where I live. So, Yellow Dream and Coral Fantasy are going to be the sweetest in the line. The least sweet in the line is the Eau de Toilette, and then the new Intense. But as far as sweetness, the original one is kind of like down here, and then you jump like a mile, and then you're at the Intense, and then you're outside of camera view for the Yellow Dream, and then the last one and the sweetest one is the Coral Fantasy. So anyway, this is Ombre Boheme by LM Parfums. Did I spray it on this? I don't know. I don't know where I sprayed it, so I'm spraying it again. I do that all the time. I'll spray something and then I'll go into a conversation with my wife and completely forget what I was talking about. So, okay, it's Laurent Mazone. That's what they're called. LM is Laurent Mazone. This has a little bit of like a... I don't know. No. Amber. I mean, it's like a... But it has like a fizziness to it. Almost like... What's that fragrance? Replica Whispers in the Library or something like that, where it has this kind of like cashmerean or cashmere woody note that provides a little bit of this soft vanilla, and then you have this ambery tone that's providing that soft vanilla. I don't know if there's vanilla in here. It just kind of comes off like that. And then it has this cashmerean note that provides like a fizzy warmth. That's what this fragrance is. It's very simplistic, just like the other ones. This is another one down the line. If you like amber, then you will probably like this. There's definitely vanilla in this. This is coming off a lot closer to that one. It's Whispers, not Whispers in the Library, even though they're close. I can't see the name, and I'm looking that way. Memoirs of a Trespasser. Memoirs of a Trespasser. It kind of comes off like this, except for this has a little bit of this cashmere note, which provides like a fizzy warmth. And there's some kind of like, I don't know, like a smoky green tone to it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. It's okay. But I like the Saint Dupont better. This comes off a lot like more powdery, almost like the pages of a book. But it has like a vanilla tonka mixture kind of in the dry down that provides a powdery warmth to it as well. This could be a really good dry down. That one, it's a really nice, it's like a nice opening. I would say like a 7.9 or so. But it smells like it's one of those ones that when it gets to the dry down, it's going to be fire. So we'll wait for that. And in the meantime, scent of the day is St. Julep. What's up, Matt? St. Julep is right there. So Jim Little, who is one of my subscribers, he just got St. Julep. I've always told you guys, I'm just going to pull it out. This is St. Julep by Imaginary Authors. It is the best fragrance that they carry by far, 100%. It is my favorite spring fragrance, although you can wear it all year round. As far as mint fragrances go, this is my favorite mint fragrance as well. It kind of smells like if you took mint and made it kind of like sugary, and you mix that together with a little bit of bourbon and vanilla. And it's almost like a sweet mint. And it's great for the springtime. And if you want something also like this, that has more kind of like an orange creamsicle vibe, but still with a mint. There's one that is, I can't think of the damn name now. But I'll tell you guys later if I think about it. Why did I even bring it up if now I'm going to forget about what the name is? Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Either Mo or Newt, one of you guys, I know that I've told you before. It's a fragrance that's like St. Julep, but it has like an orange creamsicle opening. Why can't I? And it's a cheapie too. Somebody please. Anyway, Whispers in the Library is so beautiful, opulent. Only replica I have and need. See, I like replica that. I like Under the Lemon Tree. That's a really nice spring and summer fragrance. And then I really like Coffee Break. I can deal without Jazz Club and By the Fireplace because honestly, they don't do much for me. But Coffee Break, I love that calming coffee freshness. Yeah, it's Green Lover, Lolita Lempica Green Lover. I knew that you would know it. Lolita Lempica Green Lover. It is like it's St. Julep if you added an orange creamsicle vibe to it. It's really nice as well, and it's like $40. But anyway, St. Julep, you need to try that out. Tarek is it's good, but shop around a little bit more because you can find 100 milliliters. What did he say? Salvatore Ferragamo Aqua Essentia Blue. I found a 50 milliliter for $22, thinking of getting it. Any fans of this fragrance? I am a fan of Aqua Essentia Blue. 50 milliliters for $22. It's not a bad deal at all. I mean, you're getting what you're paying for it. I mean, when you pay $22 for that fragrance, you're getting a $50 to $60 blue, even though they are cheapies now. But with that said, I have seen that fragrance for $20 for 100 milliliter. So, yeah. FragranceDoud, you getting Halloween Man Mystery and Valentino Rock Stud Noir. I am going to get Rock Stud Noir in the beginning of the year. Halloween Man Mystery, Jeff from SoCal Sense is going to send me like a care package at some point in time soon. And when he does send me that, he's also sending me, well, at least I'll probably ask him for it. I think it was one of them, Halloween Man Mystery. So yes, I will try both of them at some point in time. And it will be in the next month or so. You don't have to wait too long. Just an FYI, if you guys are interested on what's to come this month, obviously we're going to have winter and Christmas videos. But I've been trying to do like a give back to moderators video lately and like try to do some videos including them. And so next week, the week after, and the week after. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm giving one of my moderators a week each. They get to choose the topic of all of my videos that week. This week is going to be Mo. Next week is going to be Newt. And the week before Christmas is going to be Hamzat or Killer Kamikaze. So all three of them get to choose the video topics. So yeah, look out for that. Coffee up, Randy. Absolutely. Whenever I talk a lot, if you guys ever do a channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you're on a live stream like this, you either need to be chewing gum or you need to have something to drink because your mouth dries out a lot. Not that you give two shits, but hey, whatever. Let's see. Randy, have you tried Precious Liquids Aqua Oud? The only Precious Liquids I've tried was Blue Agave. So, no, I have not. It smells like Doritos Tamarindo Mexican soda. Well, I don't know what that is, but if it's a Mexican soda of some kind, I've been getting into Mexican candy, Tajin and chamoy. I'm starting to make things with that, and it's really freaking good. If you didn't know, because it's all over like TikTok and stuff, if you take this powder called Tajin and chamoy, which is this kind of like it's like a candy syrup that's made out of like fresh watermelon and other fruits that are mixed together. And you put them on top of a candy and you either cook it to make it hard or you just eat it like that. It's really, really freaking good. It tastes like a Mexican candy. It's really freaking good. It's like a sweet and spicy. Anyway, not that I'm a like candy person or anything like that, but LM PARFUMS Scandinavian Crime. I need to start doing more live streams because we don't have that many people in here. We used to get 60 people in on a Sunday night. But, yeah. I saw Explorer Platinum on Aura. What's it similar to, and it's worth a pickup? What's it similar to? I honestly don't remember what it's similar to. Like, I would have to spray it on my hand right now, and I don't own it, because to me, Explorer Platinum, I don't like the opening, like 20 minutes or so. Like, it's not like I hate it. And it smells okay. It's just, to me, the first 20 minutes of the scent kind of bored me. And the rest of the fragrance didn't wow me either. But that first 20 minutes, to me, if a fragrance in the first 20 minutes doesn't wow you, you shouldn't buy it. And for me, it's an easy wear. You can wear it to work and stuff like that. But the violet in it just came off, and I just didn't like it that much. I know some people really enjoy the fragrance, but for the most part, everyone that I've talked to, I would say about at least 80 to 85% of people that I've talked to about that fragrance kind of felt the same, that it's a mediocre, average, just okay fragrance. I would recommend trying it first, because Explorer Platinum, you can find it for like 50 bucks on almost any website right now. So, like, I think it was 56 on JOMASHOP yesterday. But this is Scandinavian Crime. It is the last one for me to try tonight. This is different than all of the other ones. So finally, we're getting into one that is not amber heavy. I was talking about the Noble Wood, about how it should have had some kind of oud. This definitely has a little bit of like a not a funky wood, but like a little bit of a darker wood, either like a Gaiac wood or an oud. But you want to know what this reminds me of? Not exactly. Mancera's Aqua Wood. It has that fresh, kind of invigorating opening, but it also has a woodiness to it. It has this spiciness. It reminds me of Aqua Wood. It's a little bit darker, and it has a little bit more spice, but this is definitely like their version of Aqua Wood. I really enjoy this. This is different. This is their blue. This is like their blue fragrance. Or it's drying down and it's not anymore, but it's definitely warm and spicy. My favorite note is in this. This is why I like it. My favorite note is in this, ginger. As soon as I smell a ginger fragrance, I'm like, yeah, if this isn't a ginger fragrance, this is a woody fragrance. But there's a warm and spiciness in it. And I know that it's coming from ginger and maybe some like cardamom or some kind of black pepper. It's drying down very, very quickly and transitioning into a much more woody scent. So the opening splash of this fragrance is very, very clean, fresh woods, almost like a blue. But after about 2 seconds, it was just like a super spicy woods. It has this like fizzy pop to it, though. It's changing like drastically. It's like a completely different scent than like literally 10 seconds ago. This is super freaking interesting. Oh my, what is it doing? I have never seen a fragrance change like this before. In all of the fragrances that I've tried, I have never seen a fragrance legit change this quickly. It's like changing as I'm smelling it. This is nuts. I think it's finally getting there. It almost smells like a woody. Is there cinnamon in this? But it's like almost like a woody root beer. That's so weird. I quite like it though. That's so nice. That's so interesting. I just never had a fragrance do that before. It almost smells like if you put like a cinnamon stick inside of a root beer and then threw it inside of a log. That's crazy. I just put it down for now because I don't even know what the hell's going on with that frig. I need to look up the notes for this. Hold on, let me see if D. Holmes is in here. If you guys don't know, if you're new to the live stream, D. Holmes sent me all this stuff. And he sent me like 16 other ones. I reviewed some of them last week. Still to this time, Santal Boisé by Versace is my favorite. But If I had to weigh the price into it, Santal Boisé is not worth the price of the $300. I wouldn't pay for that. But Saint Dupont Noble Wood is a very nice, cheaper, I wouldn't say like cheaper smelling, but it's more inexpensive and it has that same type of amber sandalwood vibe. And then there's also Royal Edition by Saint Dupont that also has that, but it's a little bit darker. This is called Scandinavian Crime by LM Parfums. So anyway, D Homes. The opening will last way longer on skin. Well, I'm not spraying it on my skin right now because I'm going up to the gym after this live stream, so I'm not doing that. This one smells like a spicy cola. Okay. Starts ginger heavy, then dries down. It started ginger heavy for about 10 seconds, but it really is. It smells like Christmas without the pine tree. It smells exactly what you would like. You know those pine cones? You know those pine cones that you can buy at like a food market? I almost said Giant Eagle, but most people don't live where I live, and Giant Eagle's not like Food Lion or whatever. Well, it kind of smells like those cinnamon pine cones mixed together with a Pepsi. He's right. Like, to me, it's more of like a root beer, but it's like a spicy cola. It almost smells like what you would smell from a holidays. I mean, it's very interesting. Randy, have you ever smelled Scandal Parfum Cologne from Scandal Parfum Cologne by Roja Dove? I'm looking for an interesting fougere, barbershop style, and the notes are intriguing. I have never tried Scandal. It's actually funny because I've tried every other Parfum Cologne, and I found out last week that I didn't try Scandal because I have Vetiver, I have Enigma, I have Elysium, and then I have two other ones. But my favorite from all of those is, as far as the Parfum Colognes are, is Vetiver. The Vetiver is so good. I didn't realize how good it was until like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I sprayed it on. I was like, I can't believe I had a 15 milliliter decan of this the whole time, and I never realized how good this was. But no, sorry, I have not tried that. If you're looking for a nice kind of like barbershop fougere, if you like leather, you should try out. It's in designer, but it's by Guerlain. It's called Abbey Rouge Privé. It's a brand new release this year. It has this kind of vintage barbershop style fragrance where it's almost like lemony soap mixed together with a leather, and then as you get to the dry down, it gets a little creamy woods in there, and then you also do get some vanilla. I really enjoy that fragrance, but I have not tried Scandal, sorry. Have you ever smelled LV Show? Huh? I need to look that up, LV Show. There's not even something on... I can't even look that up. I feel like, is somebody messing with me? Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. I apologize, but I'm not sure if that's like messing with me or you wrote that wrong, but that's not a fragrance that's in the United States. I looked it up, and there's nothing that comes up in the search for L and then V and then show. DuPont Royal Amber is also good. Yeah, I looked that up by accident. What's going on? What up, John Carlo? But I looked that up by accident, and I was like, hey, I'll probably like that. But I have a feeling that line, the Saint Dupont line, is based around that kind of... Yeah, I have Noble Wood right here. I just reviewed it. Noble Wood is my favorite from the two, but I do like Royal Edition. I have Royal Edition right here. Taylor Swift is at Lambeau. Well, whoop-de freaking do. Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. I don't like Taylor Swift's music, which might shock a lot of people because everybody thinks that everybody likes Taylor Swift, but it's not my style of music. I can listen to it with my daughter or something, but Giancarlo, these fragrances for the price are high quality, smell great, simplistic, but they're really nice. The only difference between the Noble Wood and the Royal Edition, they both have that same DNA. It's that creamy sandalwood mixed together with the amber and a little bit of a resinous benzoin. It has some sweetness, smooth, creamy. But the Royal Edition adds a little bit of an incense and it's darker. That's the only difference between the two of them. It's more for younger girls. My sister loves. Yeah, I know. My daughter likes it. And when she came into town, my daughter and my wife went to the concert, but I didn't. I ain't about to do that. I'll go to like Breaking Benjamin or something like that. Disturbed. Those were the last two concerts I went to. Breaking Benjamin and Disturbed. Even though I like rap, I like rock, I like a lot of stuff. I'm not a big fan of like kid pop stuff. I've been trying to find leather vanilla. Hold on. I can't see. Find leather vanilla for a while. It's a tough one to track down. Let's see. Saint Dupont leather vanilla. Yep, you're right. It is nowhere to be found. I don't see it on any website. The only ones I see them on are ones that you can't buy in the United States. Sorry, maybe eBay? Even that, you would think eBay would pull up. Leather and vanilla sounds good as I love leather. Yeah, you know what's crazy? Leather, I think, is really bad on the newbie nose because whenever I had a fragrance collection of at least 20 for like 10 years, and I never smelled a fragrance that had leather in it. And then I went and I finally did, and I hated it. It's just, to me, it smelled like a leather couch. I would never wear it. But as you get your nose on a lot more fragrances, and then you go back and you smell the leather fragrances, you're just like, okay, now I understand. But I was talking to a reviewer yesterday, and I was talking to a couple other people that are new to the fragrance game, and they're like, the leather smells like a leather couch and ombre leather. And I was like, I respect your opinion. I completely understand where you're coming from because a year ago I said the same thing. But with that said, it's just when your nose builds that tolerance to specific notes, they become better. And leather this is like the year of the leather for me. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but yeah. If you like Noble Wood, you would like Serge Lutens. I needed to get my nose on some Serge Lutens. There are like 3 new fragrances they brought out in the last 2 years. One was like spicy leather or spicy amber or something. But there's like 3 Serge Lutens that I wanted to get my nose on, and that was one of them. Ombre Leather 16 Private Blend is the best leather I've ever smelled. I will never sell my flask. You have a flacken. Nice. You know what I wish I had a flacken of is Tom Ford Plum Japonais. That is one of the best fragrances ever existed, and it's gone. And I say it all the time, but I will still be sad about it until the day I die. That Plum Japonais is gone, and I'm sad about it. Oh, my missus has... Good for you. The Plum Japonais flacons go for like $2,000. I know, right? Plum Japonais is worth a good penny. If there was one fragrance that I would pay new release Creed prices for, like $500, $600, I would definitely buy the Tom Ford Plum Japonais. But it's not worth $2,000. I mean, I would maybe go out of my way to buy a flacken for $600 if it was at that price, but no. I told my wife, and I will never pay that much for anything. You know what's crazy? So over the last week, since there was the Black Friday and all that kind of stuff, I posted the links for Venba. I did not realize how many people in the fragrance community were literally bank. Like, they're all super banked up. I had emails of people making sales that were like $1,120. And I was like, oh crap, that's huge. Like, who spends that amount? And then like 13 minutes later, it was like 1,480. And then I was like, what the hell's going on? It was like 1,516. I was, who's doing this? And it was, I just didn't realize that because the most I've ever spent on a bundle of fragrances, I take $600 at the beginning of the year, maybe no, $800 at the beginning of every year, and I take my income tax check and I take that and I take the rest and I throw it into the bank and I take $800. I give it to my wife and I take $800 and I spend it on fragrances. But I have never spent over 1,000. I think that is nuts, but I appreciate everybody who did it. Dude, your disappointed face when saying Blum. Oh, I'm so disappointed in that. I don't even like reminding. Thanks for reminding me that I was sad 2 seconds ago. Okay, that one's my favorite from this video. Saint Dupont Noble Wood is my favorite from this video. I would give this an 8.7. I think that it is very simplistic. It's a creamy sandalwood amber scent with a touch of benzoin and a slight bit of spice. That is great. It is smooth, creamy, and like Mo said, calming, but he said it about this one. This one is calming, but it is... They're actually very similar now. Now that they dried down, there's a little bit of a smoky nuance to the Royal Edition, but they are very, very similar. So buy one, not the other. I mean, just don't buy both. Okay, so I was right. The LM Ombre Boheme, I told you the opening was like a 7.9, but it dried down and it's like a 9. Like an 8.8. It's like a vanilla tonka mixture with a touch of woods. Very simplistic. This is also one of those ones where if you buy one of those two, you don't need the other one. But this one is more, it's less woody, less sandalwood, less amber, and more of a tonka vanilla mix. That's a very beautiful fragrance as well. I mean, all three of those you cannot go wrong with. Now let's see how the spicy cola one smells. This isn't the spicy cola one. I put that behind my Versace Eros. So, perfect tobacco. It smells better in the dry down. It doesn't smell like natural gas anymore, but it's not something that I like. It's a lot of rose, and I don't really like it that much. This is that Scandinavian crime. It started out with a lot of ginger, but now that it dried down, it smells closer to like an amouage. But this is better than any of the amouages I've smelled because this is like a holiday spiced Pepsi. Really what it smells like. It's really, really, really freaking good. Thanks for the answer, man. What did you say was the name of the fougere from Guerlain? I am going to have to check that one out. So, Zach, I will get Scandal at some point in time so I can review it for you since you mentioned it. I always wanted to complete the Parfum Cologne collection, and I thought I had until I saw Ross and Justin's live stream. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, shit, I didn't get Scandal. So I will get Scandal sooner or later. I'll get a decant of it and try it out and then possibly buy a bottle, but I'll let you know once I get it. It's called Habit Rouge, Abbey Rouge Privé, or it looks like Habit, Habit, Rouge, Privé. And you can buy that. Let's see. Habit Rouge Privé. You can get it on. Where is it? Habit Rouge. Rouge Privé. So it was just on JOMASHOP, but it's not anymore. So the only place that you're probably going to find that right now is on News Parfums because it is a European only exclusive. Maybe Tom Ford rep watching, pass the word, bring it back. Yeah, they won't. It's Tom Ford. They're like, I don't care about what he says. Randy, a flagon of anything would look really good in your collection. I know it would. A flagon of anything would look great. It's just, what do I need a flagon of anything for? Like, I know it would look good in my collection, but I'm honestly... Do I look like I care anything about style? I mean, 2 days ago, my bottles were like sideways. So a flagon would look fantastic. If I was going to get a flagon, it would probably be a Tom Ford over a Creed, even though I do like the Creed flacons a lot. Especially the Creed flacons of like Spice and Wood. I've been looking at that one a lot because Newt said it. I wanted to try that one out soon too. Scent of the day is Bulgari Tiger. What's up, Sandy? How you doing? Fantastic scent. Um, to all the people who say like Tarathi Blue smells like it, they don't. Bulgari Tiger is Bulgari Tiger. I have Rasasi Hawas. Should I get Aqua de Jo Absolu? So they are different. Rasasi Hawas is more of your fruity, woody fragrance, while when you get Aqua de Jo Absolu, it's more of an amber woody with a kind of watery aquatic background, but it doesn't have this fruity vibe to it. It also has a touch of the Aqua de Jo DNA way, way, way underneath it. But if you, it depends on what size collection you have, they are in the same type of fragrance. They don't smell the same, but they're in the same type of fragrance. If you like Hawas and you want something similar but does something different, Aqua de Jo Absolu is good. It's definitely a good pickup. I love it. It's my favorite Aqua de Jo. It's just, if you have a smaller collection and you're looking for something different than Hawas, then Aqua de Jo Absolu is definitely not going to be the one to pick. But yeah. Nude, I have been very impressed with Barrett so far. Have to go and, oh, later, Vance. I almost didn't see it, but thank you very much for joining. I appreciate it. And then we have everybody saying what's up to everybody in the chat. I'm glad that y'all are talking. That's awesome. Fragrance Dude, Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum is similar to Bulgari Man Rain Essence. It is not. Jimmy, you think so? See, Bulgari Man Rain Essence to me smells like what you would think. And I heard some people say it doesn't smell like a fragrance you would wear during a rainy day. It's super musky, like tea, and it's just very like watery. And Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum, I don't think it smells anything like it. I think Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum doesn't have that super musky vibe. I think it's more of like a thick fragrance compared to Man Rain Essence, which is very light. As far as like the juice is concerned, what I mean, like not the color, but it's, yeah, I wouldn't compare Explorer Platinum and Rain Essence. To me, they're two completely different fragrances. But hey, I mean, whatever your nose smells, your nose smells. So don't let me sway you one way or the other. Cool, thanks. That's awesome. Need a nice leather jacket. Leather in Paris, but I guess it's winter all the time. It's winter time, yep. Well, leather jackets work in the winter sometimes. It depends on how cold it is outside. I haven't worn a leather jacket since I was in my senior year of high school. John Carlo was telling us Barrett Fragrances has a good dupe of Tom Ford's Plum Japan. Yeah, I know. He told me the other day, but I said that I don't want to review a clone of a fragrance because I have that one that I reached out to see if there's a company that my moderator saw a video of, and there's like a Plum Japanese called Smoky Plum. You have to look it up. I don't know the name. It begins with an A. And I'm hoping to get that one, try it out. But as far as a clone of it, I'm not sure if I would want a clone of Plum Japanese because it might just make me more sad if it's not perfect. Sandy, yes, Mo, went on the 20th November for 9 days. Wait, where did you go? But did go to Scent Bar and purchase Scents of Wood, Plum, and Cognac. That's a good fragrance. Athena Smoky Plum. That's what it is. Yeah. So, yeah, I did, Mo. Love New York. So I just was talking to my moderators, and I didn't know Scent Explorer was yesterday. So I decided that I am going to go to Scent Explorer next year. I live like 3 hours from New York City, so I'm going to take a trip and go to Scent Explorer next year and just maybe talk to some people out there and just have fun, I guess. But anyway, a Plum Japanese clone. I don't have the fluid anymore. I wore it like 6 days ago, the last few drops I had, and it really was only like one spray. But with that said, I wouldn't be able to even tell you if it was a perfect clone. If I got it in, I wouldn't be able to say like, yeah, I remember it smells exactly like that. I wouldn't be able to do that. But I would be able to, if it came in, I'd be able to tell you, okay, that's good, that's close, but I wouldn't be able to give you like a perfect comparison. But I might get it for my own personal enjoyment. But right now, it seems like the Athena one is the better bet. But if that doesn't work out, then I'll obviously go with the Barrett one. I never heard of Barrett, though. Don't get depressed. Yeah, so it is 9:10. I have to go to the gym. My wife has to get to bed at 11. So, with that said, I appreciate you guys showing up. It seems like more people were coming in at one point in time, then it went away, then it came back. But anyway, Mo, get me your damn list of what videos you want because I have to record them starting tomorrow morning. And you still haven't sent me the damn list. So, if you guys didn't know, if you didn't hear, Mo is giving me the list of all the topics for every video this week. And then after that is Newt, and then after that is Hamzat, even though Newt hasn't responded yet. So, Newt, you are next week. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you haven't seen the video again today, top 10 fragrances, designer fragrances of 2023, I have a lot of other videos in my phone just in case Mo doesn't get it to me. But anyway, I got to clean all this shit up and go to the gym. So, cheers, everybody. Thank you, Sandy, for coming in late. Thank you, Hamzat, Mo, Newt, Giancarlo, all genre. Who else was in here? Adrian. Hey, how you doing? And Zach. Yeah, that's the last one I can see right now. So if I didn't say your name, sorry, but thank you guys so much. Happy holidays. Stay safe. I'll see you next week.